Welcome to our SIF Fundamentals Series. Today's SIF lead developer Kieran Marron will introduce custom extensions.
So, as I mentioned, custom extensions, the ability to add in your own stuff. Now, it's great that we have a whole bunch of things out of the box, but we are by no means never going to provide everything because everyone's got their own little way of deploying things on their own machines and their own little tweaks of things. So, as I mentioned, everything is essentially already an extension. It's all PowerShell based. We use the same command for importing extensions, as I'm going to show you now. Everything is there to be extended, and in fact, you can overwrite any of those extensions as well. So what I'll show you now is the way to create an extension, but if you want to, you can actually replace our implementation. So if ours isn't good enough, just overwrite it and drop in your own. So we have our modules here, and I've got a extensions.psm1 being added in. Now you can see I've got a task type called write, which is just using a message to pass in, and this time it's receiving an object. If you know PowerShell, you're already probably thinking that looks like write host. It's because it is. We don't by default register write host as an extension. Normally it's not a useful thing to use in PowerShell unless you're just at the console. But by adding in a module of extensions.psm1 and using our registration syntax, well, we can start using things. So register Sitecore Install extension, the command that you want to register, what you want to register it as, the name that's going to be used, and then the type. So I'm saying I'm going to use write host as a task called write. I've also added in one called get random, which uses the get random function to return a number. And I've also replaced copy with the copy item implementation out of the box. And I've done that by using the force flag. It's very important to use the force flag because otherwise we'll just tell you that you can't do this because this already exists. So if you want to overwrite it, use the force flag and add that in there as well. So SC inst, I think it was number 7, isn't it? Oh no, it was number 6. So let's give it a message. Hello from the console. If I can type. And we've just written things out there. And what you can see is just above the line there, you can see we've imported the module. We've told you what we brought in as well. Now, in the example here, I have imported that using a file path. So this is a .local file path to import it there. You can put full file path if it's somewhere else on your machine. If your module is packaged and it's been installed, it's on your environments module path, you can just put in the name. So if you wanted to import web administration or something like that, you just put the name in there instead.